Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new album by the group Bonfire. Now Bonfire goes back a really long way. They go back all the way to 1972 when they were formed by guitar player Hans Ziller. They're a German heavy metal band, and they originally started under the name Kakumin and released one album in 1981 before changing their name to Bonfire in 1986. And that's, of course, where we are today with this, looking at the group under the name Bonfire. Now, it went all the way until 2015 with original lead vocalist Klaus Lessman, but unfortunately had a falling out and he stepped down. In came David Rees, formerly of Bangalore Choir, the short-lived hair metal group of the late 80s and early 90s, and he was also frontman for one album for the group Accept. But he too, in 2016, stepped down, and so in came, at the time, temporary lead vocalist Alex Stahl, and he comes from a group called Roxcalibur. And they're a really interesting group. If you don't know who they are, you should check them out. They do a new wave of British heavy metal songs. They're a tribute group to them, but they cover really obscure songs done by these groups and have recorded 3 albums of those. So it's pretty cool to get that stuff. You should check it out if you like the vocalist on the new Bonfire stuff. And so he came in as a temporary vocalist, but really proved himself, and ultimately the band decided that he was their guy and chose him to be the permanent lead vocalist. The other interesting thing is at the time when Klaus left, the original lead vocalist left in 2015, Hans Ziller dissolved the rest of the band at that time. And so this is an entirely new lineup of the group starting in 2015, and we've got Hans Ziller on guitar going all the way back to 1972, Alex Stahl, who came in 2016, but then we got Frank Payne, Ronnie Parks, and Tim Breitband all coming in 2015 with that new blood. And so here we are now in 2020. This came out on April 3rd. It's called Fistful of Fire, and it's their 17th studio album. There's 13 tracks on this with one bonus track for a total of 14 tracks. And of course, as you'd expect, this is full of hard-hitting, heavy metal with really great melodies on it. And relatively new vocalist here, Alex Stahl, I think does an amazing job bringing a lot of energy to his performances. And of course, Hans Ziller, brings his catchy guitar riffs and blazing guitar solos that we know him for. Now, the album opener on here, the first track on here called Joker, it's an instrumental track that really builds and seamlessly melds right into track number 2, Gotta Get Away. And I really like how this album builds and builds before kicking things off with that second track, Gotta Get Away. And from that point, the album, I think, is a really strong, solid album, and just as strong as anything that they've done in the past. Going into track number 4, called Ride the Blade, I think this is one of their really standout tracks here. It's got a really great guitar solo that I think takes the album to the next level. Track number 5, When an Old Man Cries, that's one of their signature power ballads, and that one is the one that's done as a bonus track on here, an acoustic version of it, and I think it's really great to hear it done both ways. Track number 8, Warrior, this is my favorite track on the album. It's a keyboard-laden track with a really bombastic, over-the-top chorus that's on it that feels like it's right out of the 80s and just, stunning in my opinion. And track number 9 I wanted to point out as well, called Fire Attitude. And this one is a short guitar instrumental track that just blazes right into track number 10, which is called Breaking Out, which is another strong standout track with some ripping lead guitar work on it itself. So a lot of really great material on this. This is the front cover of it. And there's the spine. It's a cool digipack. There's the back cover of it. And when we open it here, we get a really cool, great shot of all the guys there. That, of course, being the new lineup. And then there's the full, you know, gatefold of this thing when it opens, and I'll pop out the CD here so you can see it's got the logo underneath it there. And then I like the way they do the booklet in this sleeve, so I can just pull this out. It's much easier than when it's in the side of this thing and I have to dig into it here. And then we've got the booklet. There you go. And it's not got a lot of photos or anything. It's just, you know, lyrics and stuff that are in here. There is one really great photo of the guys right here in the middle of this. And then it gets right back to, of course, all lyrics and stuff being in here. And thank yous at the end. And there's the back side of that. And so, you know, bottom line for this new album here, I think it really holds up. It's very strong. This new blood that has been infused into the group with these new members, I think really breathes new life into it. And, you know, this release along with their last release featuring Alex Stahl, I think are very powerful. And, you know, fans of traditional heavy metal along with fans of Bonfire, I think are going to be really happy with this. So there you go, brand new album from Bonfire. If you enjoyed this, and I hope you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.